What's up, everybody? I'm back again with another addition to my Villains Who Is Right series. Today I'll be talking about the god of mischief himself, none other than Loki. So Loki's story starts out with a war. It starts out with lies, and it starts out with deceit and betrayal. Those sort of things sort of follow King Odin around. If you watch my Hela Was Right video, you will see. So Loki was born into this war, and this war was between the Asgardians, led by King Odin, and the Frost Giants, led by King Laufey. Now, the Asgardians won this war, and instead of just collecting their winnings and leaving, King Odin felt like he had to rub it in to Laufey's face. So what did he do? He kidnapped his son. And when he kidnapped his son, he changed him molecularly using the Odin Force, his powers. He changed him from a Frost Giant baby into an Asgardian baby. And that baby grew up to be Loki. Now, as a child, King Odin would tell Loki and also tell Thor, you're both princes of Asgard, but you both one day will grow up to be kings. Now, that's what Loki was told from the time he was a child until the time he was an adult. Now, all through his life, Loki spent his time honing his skills, honing his abilities, his magic, his sorcery, basically going along and cleaning up all the messes that his brother Thor would leave, because Thor would go places and start wars, start conflicts, get himself into trouble, and Loki would always be there to have his back and clean up the mess. Now it was time for Odin to pass the torch. Who is going to be the next King of Asgard? Will he choose his rambunctious son, who's basically a numbskull with a hammer, running around starting conflicts?
At least make it a challenge for me.
Or would he choose the intelligent, ambitious, very methodical Loki to succeed him and be the next King of Asgard?
It burns you to have come so close. To have the Tesseract, to have power, unlimited power. And for what? A warm light for all mankind to share. And then to be reminded what real power is.
Well, Odin chose Thor. Even though he just told Thor that he was unworthy and he banished him to Earth, he thought he was still better than Loki, and he chose Thor to succeed him and be the next King of Asgard. But you see, there's a problem with the truth. It has a tendency to come out. And Loki discovered his true heritage and the depths at which he was lied to by Odin. He discovered he was truly a Frost Giant baby and that Odin stole him and brought him to Asgard. And after he discovered all this, he realized that Odin was never ever going to make him King of Asgard because he was not truly Asgardian. So Loki, pursuing his birthright, decided, I'm going to go to one of the other 9 realms and be the king there. So he chose Earth. Now, once he came to Earth, nobody was a match for him. He pretty much was going to take over and conquer and become king, fair and square. Well, you know who had to interfere with that? His punk ass brother Thor. And not only did Thor come to interfere with that, he brought friends with him. So you might have heard of them. They're called the Avengers. You got Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, also known as fugitives. If you ask Secretary of State General Ross, I don't know if you might have seen Captain America Civil War or Avengers Infinity War. They talk about that a little bit. So Thor, along with a band of criminals, come through to interfere with Loki pursuing his birthright. And well, all together they team up and they're able to defeat him. I think it was like 5 or 6 on 1. I don't think that's fair, but whatever. So in chains, Loki is brought back to Asgard and placed in prison. Ain't that a bitch? How you gonna place the king in prison? Anyway, Loki was left in prison up until his punk ass brother Thor needed him again. When his brother Thor needed him again, because he was getting his ass kicked by some dark elves, his brother Thor ran down and asked Loki once again, please clean up my mess. Loki, being the magnanimous type of person that he is, agreed to help Thor with the dark elves And what did Loki get this time? No, he didn't go to prison this time. This time he got killed by the Cursed. You might have seen this in Thor: The Dark World. Yeah, so for Loki coming out of prison and helping his brother Thor, all he got was stabbed and killed. So yeah, thanks a lot. So after all this occurred, we find out that Loki, being the god of mischief, is not dead. Actually, he's still alive. And actually, not only is he's alive and thriving. He has Asgard thriving. He has taken over as king. He has fulfilled his birthright, and he is the rightful king of Asgard. Everything is going perfect until his punk ass brother Thor returns yet again. And not only did he return, he only returned because he needed Loki's help with Hela. So now you see this whole family drama of Odin's unfurling in Thor Ragnarok. So Loki once again helps Thor, banishes Hela. You know, he brings back Ragnarok with Surtur, and you know, it was all Loki. He did all that. And in the midst of doing all that, he is so smart and methodical, he took a bargaining chip. And that bargaining chip was the Tesseract, because you never know when you're gonna need something like that. So after he helped his brother Thor get rid of Hela and cause Ragnarok with Surtur, they're off on the ship and they done saved all the citizens of Asgard. Who do they run into? The Mad Titan himself, Thanos. And it's a good thing that Loki got that Tesseract as a bargaining chip, because he saved his brother's life. Loki, being so resourceful and thoughtful and grabbing that Tesseract, prevented Thanos from Power Stoning Thor's head. So anyway, Loki, for his trouble of saving his brother's life, is choked to death right there on the floor. Just like a dog, just choked to death. So yeah, I see Loki's story as one of him pursuing his birthright, him being lied to ever since he was a kid, and him just basically being betrayed and backstabbed every step of the way by two people, Odin and Thor. So in my mind, this is one of the most tragic stories in the MCU history. But anyway, y'all, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Loki was right to do the things that he did, or do you think he was misguided? Let me know. Let's get a debate going. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated, y'all. And I'll catch your ass out there in this universe. Peace.
Yes, brother, I can.
Okay, can I just do a quick FYI? I was just talking to him just a couple of minutes ago, and he was totally ready to kill any of us.
He did try to kill me.
Yes, me too. Many occasions. There was one time when we were children, he transformed himself into a snake, and he knows that I love snakes. So I went to pick up the snake to admire it, and he transformed back into himself, and he was like, "Yeah, it's me!" And he stabbed me. We were 8 at the time.